Welcome to Literature Hub 247. This is a literature channel where the arts and science of literature are discussed. Now, if you are new on this channel, you are just joining us, count yourself lucky that you are part of this channel, because on this channel we have all the materials you need for you to have good grades in literature. That is, for you to have high grades in literature in English. We have all the materials here. So just click on the subscribe button so that you have access to all our videos, the ones we have produced and the ones we are about to produce. The moment they are produced, you'll be notified. Just click on the subscribe button, share the video among your friends or any social media platform, like the video. That's that. Now, this particular video is a tutorial, and it's a tutorial on Let Me Die Alone. It's a tutorial on Let Me Die Alone. So we shall be discussing the 2022 WAEC questions on Let Me Die Alone. But before you listen or watch this video, I want to recommend that you first watch my video on how to answer literature and English questions in WAEC and NECO. How to answer literature and English questions in WAEC and NECO. So if you need the link to that video, just write in the comment box that I'll send you the link to how to answer literature and English questions in WAEC and NECO, because in that video I explain explicitly the new dimension that has just been introduced by WAEC in answering literature and English questions. So let's move on. The first question that year, that is WAEC 2022 questions. The first one is, how do men behave towards women? How do men behave towards women? Note, in answering this question, candidates are expected to 1. Relate the question to the themes of the text. 2. Identify the significant characters that reference will be made to in relation to the question. 3. Develop at least any other 3 points or instances from the text that explains how men behave towards women in the text. So these are the guidelines we are going to follow in answering this question. This is part of the new dimension that I said WAEC just introduced in answering literature questions in WAEC exams. So that's why I advise that you first watch the video so that you understand what we are doing here. Now, solution. Following that guideline, the first thing we are going to do is relating the question to the theme. There is a theme of conflict in the drama text. It is about an African community, Mende chiefdom, which is bedeviled with conflict in the succession of rulership. So by that, we have related the question to the theme of the text. Madam Yoko, a woman takes an active part in this, and she faces stiff opposition from her male counterparts. Some of the characters that will be discussed are Yoko, Banya's wife and successor, who faces opposition from Lamboy, her brother, and Musa, the priest. Ndapi, the chief warrior, also turns against Madam Yoko. Now, the jurisdiction that we are going to be covering here is that we are going to consider the women that have interaction with men in the text. That is the jurisdiction we are going to limit ourselves to, because we're going to say, how do men behave towards women? So we are only going to consider the women that have interaction with men in the text. Lansana flirts with Jilo, Underpay's wife. Geneva, Underpay's daughter, is kidnapped and killed, and the trouble is put in Yoko's neck. In the chiefdom, men see women as sex objects. A good example is seen in the first scene of the play, where Madame Yoko demands from her husband, Banya, to hand over the chiefdom to her as earlier promised. Banya responds that Yoko is a woman and that her brain was not made for the important affairs of Mende chiefdom, that her body is made for the bed. So the women are considered as not being so intelligent to head the chiefdom, to take any leadership role. So that's what the Banya is trying to tell Yoko there. Despite that, he has promised that he's going to hand over the chiefdom to her. Now let's now quote from the text. Your brain was made for music, your feet for dancing steps that will fire the loins of any man, and your body for that bed, unquote. That is from Banya to Yoko. Lansana is having extramarital affairs with Jilo, the wife of Ndapi, the chief warrior. Despite the protest from Jilo that he should go back to his wife, Lansana turns deaf ears because women are not given any regard in that society. So women are not highly placed in society. They look down on them. Women are also seen as not fit to take any leadership roles in the chiefdom. Banya has earlier promised to hand over the chiefdom to Yoko upon his death. When Yoko demands for the handing over, Banya says that a woman is not capable of heading the chiefdom. Lamboy, Yoko's brother, connives with Musa, the chief priest, to kill Banya when he senses that Yoko might convince Banya to hand over the chiefdom to her to succeed him. His fears are that a woman is not capable of leading Mende. So that is the more reason why Lamboy connives with Musa to kill Banya so that he will head the chiefdom with the belief that Banya might hand over to Yoko, and it is Lamboy believe that a woman cannot head the chiefdom successfully. He also believes that women are only good for bed. That is Lamboy. Let's hear what he says. Quote, it is necessary that a man should succeed Banya, not a soft woman who has music in her ears, itchy dancing feet, and legs wide open for a man. Unquote. Women are not also allowed to join Poro's secret society. Despite Yoko's denial of her femininity, she still remains a woman. She eventually doesn't give birth to any child. She remains childless. That is, women in the chiefdom are not allowed to join that secret courts. And that makes Yoko to remain childless. Ndapi, the chief warrior of Mende, turned his back on Yoko when Senehu lost many of his men to the enemy as a result of the expansionist policy of Yoko to expand her territory. It is said that she is not capable of a leadership role but to warm a man's body on the bed. Women are seen as being of low intelligence and gullible. Guyana doesn't want Yoko to be in attendance when the governor arrives, so as not to share the secrets of Seneun with her. Hence, she tells her to go back to bed. So he doesn't want her to hear any. Maybe they are going to discuss any secret about Seneun. So he doesn't want Yoko to hear anything like that. So she now tells her to go back to bed. Lansana plays on the intelligence of Jilo by having sex with her. He flatters her by proclaiming how beautiful she is and lures her into sex. That's another instance. Jilo also narrates her orgies in the hand of her husband, Tofane, which is responsible for how she gives down for Lansana to have his way. What Jilo is saying is that the way her husband treats her makes her give down for Lansana. That the husband maltreats her. So that's why she's not giving down to Lansana to have his way. She complains that Jilo doesn't give her any recognition and doesn't treat her kindly. This is what she finds in Lansana. So she doesn't understand that Lansana is just playing on her intelligence so that she will have his own way. So She's complaining that her husband maltreats her while Lansana does not do that. Now, question 2. Discuss Ganya as a remarkable character. Discuss Ganya as a remarkable character. We all know Ganya is the head of the chiefdom. How remarkable is Ganya in that text? Let's look at that. In answering this question, the candidate is expected to 1. Relate the question to the theme of the text. 2. Identify specifically the characters in the text in relation to the question. 3. Discuss at least 3 other points that prove Ganya as a remarkable character. So making 5 points altogether. So we mustn't write less than 5 points. Solutions. Let Me Die Alone is about Mende Chiefdom, which is an African society that has both internal and external problems. There is an internal succession dispute, and there is external aggression from the colonial government represented by Governor Owe. That is relating the question to the theme of the text. Now, identification of Banya. Banya, as the head of the children, is able to record success and present himself as a good leader. He married 36 wives, and Yoko was her first wife. Banya commanded the most courageous warriors in Mende land. Hence, he was able to win wars during his reign. Mende's land maintained the record as the land that had the richest wine and cattle during his time. He handed over a stable, great chiefdom to Yoko, his wife. So we see Banya as a great achiever here. He's very courageous, and he handed over a great chiefdom to Yoko when he died. He was a pragmatic leader. He says that a chief must be ruthless and must not be seen to be weak. This is why he initially refuses to hand Senehun to Yoko, because he believes that a woman will be incapable of ruling over the chiefdom. So that's his thoughts. That's what his earlier thoughts that made him refuse to hand over the chiefdom to Yoko initially. Ganya is caring and shows love to his wives. When Governor Ruwe is visiting, he sent Lavale to tell his wife to put on their best dresses to welcome the governor. He also shows greater love for Yoko because of her contribution to the chiefdom. He sent his warriors to fight against the governor's brother, fighting on John Cocker's side. This didn't go well with the governor. He humiliated him in the presence of his subjects. It's just because of this singular act that the governor punished Banya, and that scene prepared the ground for his death, because that is how those that are planning to kill him were able to carry out their action, the plot of killing Banya. Lamboy and Musa see this opportunity to poison him, pretending to be taking care of him. Banya discovered their antics and handed the reins to Yoko before he passed on. Now, after Banya was poisoned by Lamboy and Musa, it is then that he now decided to hand over the chiefdom to Yoko, because he knew that Lamboy and Musa are planning to kill him so that they'll be able to take over the rulership of the chiefdom, especially Lamboy, that is Yoko's brother. So that is the question. You can also even search for the analysis of this text in this on this channel. We have done that, as well as the theme, the dramatic techniques, and other areas there. So if you have any clarification or any question on literature in English, just send it through the message box and we will respond to your question. Thank you, and God bless you as you are following this channel.